Hello, we're back to another exciting episode of Let's Get Real, America's favorite debate show. I'm your host, Aliza Debate, and today we're going to be discussing one of the music industry's most burning questions. Which superstar 90s boy band is better, NSYNC or the Backstreet Boys? I have with me Lucas Manfredi, who is Justin Timberlake's manager, and Dan Doherty, the author of the biography Backstreet's Back, How the Backstreet Boys Rose to Fame. So Danny, let's start with you. Why do you think the Backstreet Boys are the superior band to NSYNC, and why do you think they left a bigger impact on the music industry?
They've had such a big impact. It all works together. They all blend together. No one band member stands out. And they've really paved the way for modern boy bands like 5 Seconds of Summer and One Direction. And the key thing is they never broke up officially. They're still together. They're releasing an album next year, so they're still active, which is great.
I am so excited for that album. I can't even tell you. Now, Lucas, why do you think that NSYNC is the better band to the Backstreet Boys?
Well, let me just start off with this. You look at the members, we have Justin Timberlake, we have J.C. Chase, we have Chris Kirkpatrick, Joey Fatone, Lance Bass. You said it before. None of your people really stand out. They all equally stand out. They are all great talent. Their songs, I would argue, are much better than anything the Backstreet Boys has created. And even though they broke up, with a drop of a hat, if they came back, all of their fans would come back.
No,
you said equally, though.
Nick Carter, though, is Aaron Carter's brother. He's in the Backstreet Boys. Isn't that right?
Correct, but I wouldn't say, like, it's not like you say, oh, Backstreet Boys, Nick Carter. It's not like Justin Timberlake and NSYNC, where it's like a lead singer and the rest.
But there's clearly a musical talent in that family, though.
There is, but it's not like, you said equal, like they all stand out equally, but Justin Timberlake and Chase Kirkpatrick, they don't have the same amount of fans.
Let me just say this. Justin Timberlake, we all know he's a star. We all know he's a star. He's an international music and film superstar. He's made countless appearances on SNL. We got Joey Fatone, who is Angelo in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Great family film. Great film. We have Lance Bass, who's been on Food Network. And actually, going back to Joey Fatone, he was also on Dancing with the Stars. Can you say that about any of your people, that they've moved on and had great careers even after their band?
That must have been one of the seasons where they had C-list celebrities all over the place. Come on, Joey Fatone.
Joey Fatone is great. He's a star.
Although the Backstreet Boys did just have a really good performance with Florida Georgia Line at the Academy of Country Music Awards. I thought it was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, they're going to be performing this summer. They have a tour with Nelly, Florida Georgia Line, Chris Lane. They're still active. They're still going and releasing an album. You can't say that about NSYNC because they've been gone for 15 years.
But again, like I said before, if they came back, their fans would follow them. I know people who are 40 years old, 50 years old, who love them, and there's also people who are our age who love them.
But what's in it for Justin Timberlake to get back together with NSYNC?
It would revive everyone else's career, and it would be great for Justin Timberlake. It would give him just another thing to do.
Didn't NSYNC do a special performance at the VMAs one year?
They did. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because in 2013, they reunited. And on top of that, Justin Timberlake won the Michael Jackson Vanguard Award. Can you say that about your band? That they won such a prestigious award?
You know, the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC have done very well, which, you know, they have a huge fan base and a huge following. So my next question is, which band has the bigger fan base, and why do you think that is? Lucas, why don't we start with you?
Like I said before, it's obviously NSYNC. They have a much bigger following. It's more than one generation that follows them. You look at the awards that they've won, people clearly love them. They've won the MTV Video Music Award twice for Dirty Pop and Bye Bye Bye. They've won the American Music Award, and they've won the People's Choice Award twice. So clearly, people love them with all of these awards that they're winning.
So I can say the same thing about Backstreet Boys. American Music Award and People's Choice Award in 2000, beating out NSYNC for favorite group. So they beat them out, and they're still active. They didn't quit. They took breaks, but they got back together again and again, and they still not disappointing their fans. But regardless of that,
how many Grammy nominations did your band win? Because mine won 8.
You don't win nominations. You get nominated.
Well, they got nominated, but they got nominated for 8. But how many did you get nominated for?
5 Grammys.
5?
Oh yeah, 5.
How much is that? What's math? 8 minus 3 is what? 5.
You know, despite these Grammy nominations, they were nominated for some pretty great songs and albums, and they did win awards. Both bands did for their songs and albums, which brings me to my final question of the night. Why do you think that some of their most popular songs and albums are still relevant today? Danny, why do we start with you?
Well, I Want It That Way and Backstreet's Back, obviously the two most popular songs, and they're just staples in American culture at this point. And the key thing there is they all work together to make one beautiful song. It's not like Justin Timberlake takes the lead and then everyone else just follows backup dancing and whatever.
You can't even talk to me about popular songs. We have Bye Bye Bye, It's Gonna Be Me, Tearing Up My Heart, Dirty Pop, This I Promise You. Every single one of those songs is a hit. There's not a single one of those songs that isn't played frequently
But
still.
they disappointed their fans so hard. They won the award in 2002 for Best Group, and then they broke up. That was it.
But again, I keep coming back to this point. They literally can manipulate the audience and come back anytime they want, and they would have a much bigger following. And I have to tell you, they have gotten 2 nominations in 1 year.
You both have made some excellent points. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Dan Doherty. Thank you, Lucas Manfredi. We're going to have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll be discussing which popular television sitcom is better, Friends or How I Met Your Mother. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.